Welcome to the Untrapped podcast, where we talk about business, life, starting from nothing, being your own boss, achieving independence, and becoming an absolute boss. I said boss twice, but it's my podcast and I can say whatever the hell I want. Starting your first year of a landscaping business is an absolute nightmare. I want to tell you a story of how I pulled a job out of my ass 2 or 3 months into the business when I had no clue what I was doing, when I was running scared and terrified, posting ads on Craigslist and selling jobs and knocking on people's doors. It was a hot summer day and we had a job booked for the afternoon. We already did a morning job. It was me and a guy that was working for me. And the customer called and canceled. We were driving through the subdivision and I'm going to skip over and go to the next job. I was like, we don't have any work right now. I'm not going home. I'm not going home. I'm not going home. Like, we were broke and I was fighting to keep a cell phone on. I was terrified. And the guy who worked for me was like, what? There's no work? What do you mean there's no work? I said, no. We're working. He goes, what do you mean? We're working. Watch this. And I had this definiteness of the certainty. We were driving through the subdivision and I was like, I started looking for shrubs that needed to be trimmed and property maintenance that needed to be done in people's residential houses. There, like literally, as soon as I thought this up, there was a corner house. The shit was totally overgrown. And I was like, actually, I knew that kid. A kid I went to school with in elementary school lived in that house. It was just totally random, right? This is like 20 years later. I pulled over my truck, the trailer, knocked on the door, and the guy's father came out, and I had seen him before. I'm like, hey, my name's Keith. Yeah, I know you don't know me, but I went to school with your son. We were friends, and now I'm a landscaper, and we're in the neighborhood trimming shrubs and pulling weeds. And dude, look at your property. It's covered like in weeds, and the shrubs are totally overgrown. I'm here right now. I know this is random, but dude, I'm here. Let me trim your shrubs. He goes, okay, how much? I go, I don't know, $200, $180. He goes, do it. I yelled to the guy who works for me, all right, open the trailer, start trimming these shrubs here, and then I'll start trimming these shrubs here, then we'll pull all the weeds, and we'll make, boom, $180. Took us like 3.5, 4 hours or something. I don't know. He's been my client ever since for like 5 years now, and every year it's $250 now, but it only takes us 3 hours. Maybe it's $300. I don't know. We could do it really fast now because I give it like the combi and shit like that. But every year I put him on the schedule. I'll call him up in July and we go there, and we've been doing it ever since. And I just knocked on a dude's door with the attitude of positive expectancy. I've literally knocked on people's doors and got them strangers. Absolute strangers out and walking around their front yard saying, how much? All right, do it. I'm just saying that, like, people say, how do you get work and stuff? I just wanted to tell that story because I'll never forget that story. It's amazing when you know that you can't go home, or your dad is waiting with a belt to beat your ass. I don't know, just making it up. And you better come home with results or whatever it may be, or you're going to die. I don't know. Just when you feel like you're going to die and you realize you're already dead, you got nothing to lose. And then you go out and make shit happen. That's my story. Peace. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe button and all that shit. Later. Hey, what's up? It's Keith. Thank you so much for listening to my blogs, my podcast videos. And you could find this podcast on pretty much all podcast apps and networks all over the internet. If it's not on a certain one, leave a comment and let me know, and I'll try to get it on there as well. It's on iTunes, Stitcher, all of them, whatever, SoundCloud. Even an upload of it is on YouTube. That's what's cool about a podcast. You can listen and not have to stare at a screen. I love podcasts. I grew up on podcasts and audiobooks and audible.com and stuff like that because you can listen while you work and consume content while you're working. So, all right, very cool. My website's Keith Kalfas, KeithKalfas.com. Feel free to check it out, and I wish you the best of success, and I'll see you in the next episode.